You want Believe Capital, the squad.
Yo, is this the inauguration of Believe Capital on MCG? I think
it is long overdue. Yeah, good to meet you. Thanks for jumping on.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. These PFPs are looking fresh, guys. I really like the aesthetic, this zombie Milady aesthetic with Gordon Gekko or Moneyball Jonah Hill kind of.
Yeah, you got it.
Just the references.
I see you. There's some thought that got put into this. You know what I mean? Some thought.
that illustrator, your designer, is goated. Like, this is. I recall.
He already shot me the text. He's like, "Oh, if it goes good, you know." He already hit me with
that. These are awesome. We're like celebrating this launch over here with our squad. So this is sick,
dude,
man.
I'm so glad you guys are having grabbed some PFPs, man. There are few ICM trading communities, and I know you know. And they're hard to keep up because the volume is low sometimes. And brother, it's been a grind. It's been a grind. It's been a grind since TweetDM days. It's been a grind now. It's the grind's not over. We haven't really entered ICM season 2.
No,
man, I gotta give Fishcake a proper intro, guys. So for what it's worth, Fishcake gets probably the most FUD of a lot of the BelieveApp projects out of everyone. They're not a real VC. There's no treasury management. They cabal coins. Fishcake and the Believe Capital team have supported more Believe project launching for free than anybody else, even more than Believe team themselves. And that deserves to be stated. There's a reason why he's a part of the style. There's a reason why we whitelisted their community. There's a reason why I'm a big believer in Fishcake and what he's doing. People love to shit on first movers. It's just this constant thing that I always see over and over and over again in every single industry. And Fishcake had the balls to start an on-chain VC to back Believe Capital, Believe app launches way before it was cool. They built educational frameworks before it was cool to build educational frameworks for these founders. By the way, every founder we incubate will go through Believe Capital's education courses and content. Why would we recreate a wheel when they've built the gold standard? So Fishcake, what they've built and like the community they've built, the whale community they've built are like hardcore Believe Capital guys, which I deeply respect. You're one of the first people to build a very easy to understand tokenomics model where owning a percent of supply got you access to the best information. And that wasn't your opinion. That was the best information. That's the opinion I hear personally from the people who are a part of that community. So I just want to give you the flowers, and I'm so stoked. Me and Fishcake were texting all last night, like incubated by Believe Capital and ICM.run. Like, it's going to be nuts. We're gonna run it up together. I really can't wait to start connecting and working together on incubating projects, brother.
Bro, hell yeah. We were doing that since day one. I don't know if you remember this, but when we first launched, and this was without recognition or engagement from Ben yet, you were on a live stream, and the first thing I did was just come up on that stage and just pummel you with questions. And just ask you, like, what's the roadmap behind this project? And I realized, like, this is what I'm here to do, is just like learn about projects, get involved, get hands-on, understand what they're up to, and figure out how I can help and support. We started publicly supporting that project and saying, okay, we think this is undervalued for the following reasons. We started Twitter threads, and it was just because we really liked what the team was up to. We had you guys on for AMAs, and that was really that seeded something for me. It's just like all we're doing is an extension of what I like doing anyways, which is just learning about projects, studying what they're up to, and obviously getting entry if I like the valuation. We're here on the it's covered microcap gem show, I think, right?
Don't say micro crap show, bro. I can't.
Oh my goodness, man! Come on. We've been covering your portcos for like 6 months, and come on.
Exactly. So I mean, just all this stuff. By the way, Mercy, I really appreciate that, man. I think there was the most FUD emerged when we backed a project that was followed by who was it? Toli, and the Solana X account and the Solana mobile account. And of course it had a sniper, right? This was a month plus ago. It had a sniper who immediately got in and dumped within 30 seconds. And, I think if you built a sniper on Believe, the very first thing you would do is curate all of the accounts that Solana mobile follows. and then, put that thing to work. That was just, we mostly ignore the FUD. I think that's what you're supposed to do. But, we're just here steady building, still networking, connecting, incubating. And I can't wait to work with you guys, by the way. We need more incubators. We need not more launch pads. We need more incubators. Yes. We need more people who get hands-on helping these founders win and collaborating. Like there can't be too many reasons. Everyone's specialized at one thing mostly. Someone's like really good at tech. Another person's really good at comms. Another person's going to be really good at, finding whale holders and connecting them. And, we need to pull these resources. We need to just join arms and just figure out how to make that happen. And I see ICM, I think we're definitely on the same page here. Startups aren't equitized yet. They're not on chain, I think we'll get there. We're talking to a few companies that intend to buy back some of their token with their revenue, which is, I don't know if anyone's currently doing it yet. Do you know? We're talking to 3 projects that are considering doing that. And,
MetaDAO is a contributor in the DAO, and they already are tokenizing equity. They're doing some cool stuff. A lot of these guys doing this stuff, they don't get really the attention space that people that are doing the low cap stuff do, just because of the entry stage to it. Yep. But MetaDAO has now tokenized 3 to 4 different projects, and it's if you go on their page, you can blatantly see that they're tokenizing equity, and they're kind of I really respect these bull traders, these people who are willing to take this risk on and be the first mover here. They're risking they're risking a graduation to prison in the next term. Yeah. So they're taking on such massive risks to do this. The only thing that we have to do with ICM down the road is back these teams and support them. You know what I mean?
For sure. Oh yeah, and there's also Magic buying back with 25% of revenue. So we're starting to see inklings of what is possible with ICM and where you can really take this beyond just token utility, which is a lot in itself. But I really think that, if this anything even remotely approximates equitizing these things on chain, bringing startups on chain, we're going to make, that AI cycle look like, in terms of cumulative market cap, nothing. Maybe even DeFi summer. I don't know. I don't know what the cap would be if we get there. So it's really, if you are in the trenches, or if you are hunting, if you do micro cap gem hunting, I don't know of a better place where you can find more edge and where you can really use your skills in terms of assessing team, assessing tech, size of market, to find edge. And of course, if you have an X following, or if you've been in CT for a while or in Web3 for a while, I'm not going to say you can make it, but you have a much higher chance of making it, in my opinion. So it's just so sorry, I'm coming down with a cold. So I'm just so excited for so many reasons.
Fishcake.
Yeah.
I don't know, Mercy, I don't mean to interrupt, but Fishcake, I don't know if we got your background, or you didn't really explain what Believe Capital is doing for those that don't know. You want to do that for us?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So we run our own fund. What we did is we actually took the transaction fees from our own token and put all that into our own fund, which is 2x since we started, just getting directly involved with these projects and helping them out. We buy back some of our own token with the profits from our trades. We have a whale community. So basically we have a community for people with 10 million tokens. That's 1%. We have a smaller community for 0.1%, 1 million token holders. But we're a fund and an incubator just helping projects win. Ben was kind enough to engage with us 4 or 5 times publicly on X. And that drove some pipeline and some deal flow to us. We currently advise a half dozen different projects. One of them are the top 5 ecosystem projects on Believe as well.
Feel free to tell us what you're holding, because this is what it's all about.
Yeah, so we got involved with Hegemony when it was just a few $100K market cap. Now it's a top, I believe, 5 ecosystem project. Yeah, hit 7 million, and I think now it's hovering around 5.7, right? So we got down, yeah, we got involved right down there, and then started supporting him, helping him with product, with roadmap. I mean, he's just a genius, crack developer, like won Math Olympiad National,
Of course.
and you know, he built a trading bot. I'm very bullish that project. You know, Viva. Oh, they sponsor this. That's great. Yeah, we're bullish as well. LaunchCoin, so we're a team of 8 people. One of our lead analysts holds 4% of LaunchCoin, and we definitely have some. Yeah, we definitely have some of that in our portfolio as well. Obviously, our own token as well, and there's a new one we're going to announce in the next few days. Very excited about that one. Super receptive to feedback. Also a crack developer. And we have multiple projects in the pipeline waiting to launch once the flywheel is announced, which I think is actually imminent this time. And, you know, one of them's doing $500,000 in revenue and tends to buy back their token with some revenue. They'll convert their revenue using Circle or Sphere into Sol, and then buy back their own token. So they'll convert their fiat revenue to Sol, buy back their own token with their revenue. That's going to be really exciting. $500,000 ARR, annual recurring revenue. Another one doing over $1 million ARR, annual recurring revenue. And with that one, they intend to do the very same thing. That's a really exciting one. AI iOS app doing over $1 million revenue. That's intending to launch. Those are sidelined until the flywheel emerges. And yeah, you can see the candles there when we got the most Ben recognition, and you know, that's the Ben
Tell
candle.
us about
right
your
there.
own ticker here. And Hedge Money, by the way, you may have seen a circle there. We covered them on the show right before that parabolic run. So,
nice.
You know, nice for you guys having a nice fat position there. I love it.
Yeah, right.
Tell us a bit about your own token here. Like what, you know, again, what kind of, I don't dare I say flywheel, but what kind of, when someone owns the token, what are they really getting from Believe Capital?
Yep. So yeah, there's the whale holders chat where we tell people about the projects we're supporting ahead of time, when to expect any, let's say, catalysts or launches, which in itself, you know, if you're a 1% supply holder and you get involved, we just let you know a little bit ahead of time. Hey, you might want to really look out for a launch tomorrow. There may or may not be a $1 million revenue company launching that you should look out for between these time windows. And I will absolutely let you know the second it drops right here in the private channel. There's also the fact that, you know, with our fund, we buy back our own token with a percentage of the trading profits. So there's a little bit of, I don't know if anyone else does this, honestly, but like a revenue-based flywheel or a profit-based flywheel from our own fund.
Trading profits from the, you know, the portfolio companies that you're trading. Like, is it kind of like the carried interest? You're giving a portion of that, or how does that work?
Yeah, so it's like a liquid fund. We do some trading ourselves. We also get, you know, a very, very small allo from these founders, of which we've never sold. Like, we don't want to dump that for like that. That's not what we're here to do. But yeah, we get some trading, some token allo from the founders that we back and support, that we're just holding on to right now. And we do have a liquid fund. So when we find edge in a project, sometimes we don't necessarily have to incubate them. We just see, okay, this is obviously undervalued. There's good entry here. We can buy up some of it with our fund. We have a team of 8 analysts who are, if we have like an edge or something I'm really thankful for, it's just that we have an engineer on the team. We have a comms and strategy expert. We have a, you know, ex-head of DeFi at Binance as part of the team. Just super deep researchers, like good at LARP detecting and grift detecting as well, which is super important. And we just decide like, okay, we should get entry into this token. If we intend to do a quick trade, we don't necessarily, publicize it, and that's mostly just more stealth, something that we just do with our liquid fund. And we've done this multiple times. But when we exit that position, for instance, we had, I think we did one position where we netted 190 SOL profit, and we bought back our token with 100 of that SOL. And then the remaining 90 SOL went back into our fund, just as in the way of an example. So that's just, 190
Nice.
SOL profit. 100 went back into buying our own token. 90 went back to just growing the fund. And that was actually our very first trade we executed. And that was with Pump Fund when it just launched. And we just found like really good entry on that one. And obviously we're not tweeting, hey, Pump Fund, but it's our fund. We can direct it any way we want. We let our holders know, hey, we took this position. Not financial advice. Nothing I ever say is financial advice, but this is why we took this position. This is the reasoning and the logic behind it. And we've done that multiple times since.
Have you traded this range down here on Pump Fund? It was looking very, very good considering they were doing 100% of revenue buybacks, or as close as possible. It seemed like down here in this range. It's now breaking out. Did you guys manage to get a piece of that, or were you saying when it originally launched and had the initial run to like $6 billion?
We did. We swung it a couple times. One pre-TGE, and that was 190 SOL profit. And in the last couple of weeks, we took a 3x leverage play on Hyperliquid when it was still sub TGE market cap, so 3.8, and we ended up being in prop. It like candled down a little bit, then shot back up, and we were able to, we just exited that position into profit. So yeah, we just looked at price over earnings.
Yeah.
And what they were up to, and we're just like, okay, this may actually be undervalued now.
Simple as.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, the only thing with Pump was like they were doing these crazy, again, like, down here in this range, especially in hindsight, it's really obvious, right? But the only issue was there was no clarity surrounding how long they're going to sustain these buybacks with, 100% of revenue. And so I think like that maybe personally, it not scared me, but like it kept me from maybe sizing into this play. But yeah, I'm not sure if you're familiar, but we are partnered with Hegemony on the show to some extent. We have a ref code for them and their tech.
Awesome.
Yeah, can we actually pull that up, Dom? Let's pull that up because we'd love to
Sure.
promote that a little bit. You get 15% off if you use this code. We're really excited for the automated trading stuff that I don't even remember the dev's name, but that he's cooking on. And so, yeah, we kind of identified Hegemony after our conversation with them as a high potential ICM Believe project. And yeah,
our team is convinced that they could be a top 1 or a top 2 project on the Believe ecosystem. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves, right? And they're going to open up that system for traders who hold enough of their tokens to access it.
Here. So this is the MCG code. So use MCG for 15% off. So first what you need to do is go to hedgemoney.fund, create your username, throw in a PIN code, password, and then you can find your way to the subscribe. Use code MCG. It's a really good product, actually. Like we've been tracking kind of the performance of it, and it's pretty legit. And I think when automation turns on, this is going to be something that we're really interested in showing on the show consistently. But yeah,
that's so funny. I think we both got our attention set on Hegemony at pretty much the exact same time, which is awesome.
Yeah,
very similar. You guys I think you guys had actually maybe publicly made your investment right before. I'm not going to name the name, but one of the people on your team I'm pretty close with. So we had an extensive conversation about Hegemony, amongst each other. But yeah,
Yeah,
So-
and credit to Dom. He was actually the first on our team to have a position, and now we have a position just through the fees or the referral fee that we've gotten, which is great. Supports the show, to be honest with you, because we're kind of just self-funded out here making it happen, and we have a few show sponsors. But yeah,
Josh, do you want to pull up their terminal? I guess I'm
yeah,
looking.
absolutely, yeah. I don't think they'll mind us showing this off, obviously, because it's like their product. But let me see if I can.
Well, maybe Fishcake would be better than at just explaining again. Believe Capital is an early investor in. They took a sizable position in Hegemony. They're obviously bullish on the future of it. Do you want to explain what it is, what they do? Give some context.
Yeah. Essentially, what it does is it curates 2,500 different news sources, and what it does is it feeds them through an LLM and decides whether or not it's bullish in a very small time frame for the Solana price action. And it used to use Binance. Thankfully, I mean, we go back and forth with their developer, at least 100 messages each day on TG. I mean, that's what's required to incubate these things, like literally just getting hands-on in the capacity of a full-time person. And what they do now is they use Hyperliquid to execute sometimes 50x leverage positions on Solana. Depending on whether or not the LLM decides that this is bullish, bearish, and if it's neutral, which most of these news, most of the news articles, it just says, okay, there's nothing I can do here. For the most part, but sometimes it will say, okay, this is a bearish catalyst or a bullish catalyst for this project, for Sol. And then it'll take a leverage position, usually lasting just a few seconds, say 30 seconds. And that's all automated. They intend to make it more advanced. I mean, that dev is just coding 12 plus hours a day. Like just, he executes. This project executes and ships like a 25-person backed VC company that raised 8 figures. It's pretty.
So if I were to explain
lot.
what's going on stream here, so right now you have this news feed, and as Believe Capital mentioned the 2,500 news sources. What it's doing is it's pulling these in and using AI. It's analyzing the context of this news and understanding, as Believe Capital mentioned, is it a tradable piece of signal in a very short amount of time, shorter than humans can. So this is beating out, the human finger button clickers. And as you can see, the type of news sources coming in, a lot of Trump stuff in here, Trump tweets, etc. And then on the full log, you can kind of see how it's thinking. So you can see, all right, news source from, this Walter Bloomberg or Donald Trump himself or an economic piece of data. It's putting on shorts, and then you can see the wins here. Now, one question I had, maybe if you understand how this works a little better than we do, it's capping losses at negative 24%, but the upside it'll let it run. Is that correct?
That is a very good question. One that I can't give you a definitive answer to. I think he's constantly tweaking the parameters around the tech and how he sets up those rails. He does modify it a lot, based on back testing and just trying to. Whatever answer I give you, I think it would change anyways in the future. I don't know. That'd be a good question for him though. Next time
worries.
He's on the show.
But I think the premise here is that there's market moving information. As a human, by the time your eyes read a tweet and then you flip to your trading terminal to place an order, you're just not going to win and you're going to be too slow. Whereas this automates that and gives that signal. You can see the trades are not long. So
let's be clear though, it's not fully automated yet. This is
not fully automated, but this is the brain behind. This is the trader behind the button clicking of automation. So if he can get this correct, then when it is automated, it's it's working. But you can see here.
So for the time being, I think the stop loss is set at 24%. By the way, there's no take profit cap. percentage wise. And
Yeah, these
15
trades are
minutes
15-minute
is
interval trades. I think what's really critical to know here is that where most leverage traders get into trouble is they're not disciplined enough to close a position at negative 24%. And that's where, when you defer kind of your trading to an algorithm, it doesn't really care how you feel about it. It doesn't care that you feel fear. Algorithms don't feel fear or exuberance. It just executes what the data says. So that's kind of, for those wondering, like the future trading, on the show, we've identified obviously hedge money is a high potential project and have a 15% off. Use code MCG. And Dom, I don't know if you can pull it up one more time, but is there anything more on this dashboard of Believe Capital that you think people should know about?
Well, yeah, I think he hired a quant recently, so it's not just a solo dev project anymore, to help him tweak his LLM so his win rate shoots up, and the bot might change the position size accordingly. And it might not insta close after 15 minutes with that max time horizon for each trade. So he's modifying it. He's molding this thing based on what's going to print or generate the most profit for, of course, holders, anyone who would end up using this and has enough token supply to take advantage of it. You have to have at least 0.5%, and get some. Their take rate is less and less the more you own, up to 2% supply. So, I think that's why the price action is what it has been, and just incredibly bullish this project, and very thankful to get to work with this. This team.
Directionally, like obviously, this is exactly where AI and trade is heading. At some point, you will be at such a disadvantage to trade manually that it probably just won't even exist. So I was fascinated by it. I'm fascinated by a logical working algorithm rather than you see these AI that trade based off volume or Fibonacci, like whatever it might be. Rather, hegemony trades based off actual tangible news events and then figures out what the best outcome is going to be, right? So I actually really like that methodology when it comes to execution. So really cool. Thanks for coming up and sharing some of your projects. And obviously we took over and chilled this a little bit too.
Fishcake, we deserve a better stream, brother. Like, you joined the stream right at the mid stages. Just was a little nuts, brother. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, brother, I really appreciate your support. I really appreciate your support with onboarding your trading community to this PFP collection. When we put this collection together, we thought we really wanted people from the Believe Capital ecosystem to be a part of this. We're going to be airdropping to these NFTs. I'd prefer it not to be in the hands of a bunch of like quick Solana traders. I want it to be with like the fucking diamond ball holders that are like Believe Capital holders. Like those guys of like the Believe holders, man, are different. Is all I'm going to say, man. The Believe holders are different, So I'm so grateful for you to be on board with this, bros.
Same. Yeah, no, it's been a pleasure. This is only the beginning, not just for ICM, but for us to partner up. Being on the show or working with ICM.run.
If you guys want to slip into the bundle, just know I'm probably going to be joining the Believe Capital 1% club as soon as this DAO goes live, so I can get the DAO in the club. So if you want to sneak in before me, go ahead. This is front
run mercy.
I'm happy to pay the retail.
Hey, 600K market cap's pretty juicy there. I bought some.
Imagine that jumps to 6 million.
Motion.
Jokes. But no, I really can't wait to join the Believe Capital 1%er crew with the DAO. I think there's like the DAO, the funds we raise for the DAO, we really don't need as much of the funds. We're just going to use it to support and back and get involved with the ecosystem even closer, even better than we already have planned to do. So, and dude, we're going to cook with Believe Capital. I already know that wholeheartedly because I've already cooked with you. You know what I mean? I don't have to wonder how it's going to go. I know it's going to be good.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Yeah. Let's cook, boys.
Love it, Fishcake. Thanks for talking, man.
It's going to be good.